episode of Single Mama Minimal Drama. I am Kendra, and
this is your girl Charity, your favorite realtor who does not gatekeep.
And today we're going to be having a conversation.
So today we're going to switch it up just a tad. I'm going to drive the boat a little bit today, and I'm going to put Kendra in the hot seat.
Yeah.
So our first topic will start off with the struggles of forgiveness. So Kendra, I want to ask you, do you struggle with that in your life?
No, absolutely not.
You don't. So you've just figured it out.
I don't. My brother and I had a conversation about this.
Okay.
I have been working with forgiveness my entire life because of the relationship that I have with my father. Mm-hmm. So all my life, I have had to be able to just find it in my heart to forgive people just like right off the bat. Honestly, like as I have matured as an adult, what I've realized is that I don't give a damn if you're a piece of shit. You're just a piece of shit.
Okay.
Like
that's your problem.
At the end of the day, that's your fucking problem. It's not mine.
Yeah.
Like, so like I can forgive you almost immediately. Does that mean I'm going to forget about it? No. Do I think that forgiveness has to be a part of your healing journey? Absolutely not. I don't subscribe to that belief. Yeah. I believe that you can heal and not forgive somebody. But I don't believe in me holding on to it. I don't care. Like, you want to be an asshole, then you go be an asshole on your terms, but I don't have to deal with you.
And see, I wonder if I struggle there because, like, when you said, maybe I've healed, but I haven't quite forgiven you. Mm-hmm. And I be wondering, how do you know? They say when you've truly forgiven somebody, it doesn't hurt anymore. And I'm in a place with a certain situation that I won't speak too much on, but it's like, it doesn't hurt anymore.
Right.
The ways that you used to be able to affect me, you can't get to me in those ways. You can't get in here with it. But I remember everything.
Yeah.
I remember what you said, how you said it.
I'm never going to forget how you treated me. Ever. You treated me like shit. I'm never going to forget that. But I can forgive you and move on. I'm not going to let me not forgiving you hold my healing process up. So that's why I don't believe that I have to forgive somebody in order to fully heal from something. I can fully heal from something and still maybe not have forgiven them, but just because of just like my upbringing and what I had to deal with as a child, I learned that it's easier to just kind of let that shit go as soon as you can let it go. Yeah. Because I don't see the point in holding on to a lot of it because they still gonna be an asshole. Like they still gonna be a piece of shit.
And now they just controlling you from afar.
Right. Period. And you're not gonna have that. I don't want nobody to have that. Feel like they had that kind of control over me. Yeah. Feel like they can ever like have that kind of have that kind of access to my brain. Like you did something bad to me, you're a piece of shit. Yeah. And I can forgive you immediately and I'm gonna have to walk away. I'm gonna put you in your box. That's what my mom always used to tell me. Put people in their box and deal with them accordingly. So when I forgive you, you're in your box. You're in your box. I'm dealing with you accordingly. Like, if I have to love you from afar, I have to love you from afar. If I have to never be a part of your life to protect myself,
so
hey, it is what it is. Am I holding on to the shit that you did to me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And I don't think I'm holding on to it. I think I had to transition from, what you did to me, I didn't deserve, and kind of transition that into, okay, what you did to me, I didn't deserve, now what?
Yeah. Well, okay.
It is what it is.
And like currently I am dealing with just getting out of a situation where I dealt with a person for a year and I did not deserve to stay in that situation, but I chose to stay there because like I kept feeling like at some point it would change. At some point they would want to do this, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm just like, damn, I really didn't have to do that because I really know that I deserve better. Right. And is there a lot for me to forgive of that person? Not so much. I think more in this situation, it's more of a me having to forgive myself for like stooping. I won't say stooping that low, but like accepting less than what I know I should have accepted. So, I mean, do I forgive me? Yes, I forgive me. Like, I was living in delusion for a whole year because I was like, oh my God, he's so great. He does this, he does that. But literally... literally, and I know like we're gonna get into the bare minimum, but literally, and it wasn't, you know what, I won't say it was the bare minimum. I've had bare minimum before. I know what that looks like. I will say that it was just like the regular.
Yeah.
Like regular. Like, I mean, if you want me to wait until you get to that point to talk about it a little more, I can. But I will say it was like regular. But I know that I deserve more because I gave more than what is.
Especially when the energy not.
Right. I gave more than what the bare minimum is. I gave more than what regular is. I gave more. So like I deserve to be with someone who is going to definitely match that energy, definitely be that way. So I had to forgive myself for that situation. But like as far as whatever he did, like you're an asshole. You're gonna be an asshole. Like there's
straight out. Yeah.
You're an asshole. I put you in your box. Like I cried. I'm done. We good.
So do you find that it was hard? Like not even just even before the situationship. Has it been hard for you to learn how to forgive yourself?
Not so much.
No.
And I say probably because I'm just kind of like, when it comes to me, like, I know me and I know every step of the way when I'm being delusional or being silly about something. So, like, it doesn't take everybody to have to tell me, like, Kendra, you're being dumb. I think, like, a lot of times, it doesn't. I think that's, like, a lot of times, like, my family members would be like, all right, we're going to let her ride this out. Like, we're going to let her believe she really, right. Like, they'll be like, we're going to let her really believe she really loves this person or really wants to be with this person. And then when she ready to be done, we know she going to be done. Then everybody going to be like, all right, now look, now when you was right, really now we going to tell you what. But, like, I did ask, like, after I got divorced, I did ask, like, one of my favorite cousin. I asked her, I was like, look, next time, don't hold all that in for me. I need you to tell me.
Right.
Don't let me get all the way to the altar.
Oh, no.
Have 2 kids.
Now I object.
Right. I need you to be like in the dating process. Like, all right, Kendra, this is what I need you to evaluate. Because like for me, like when it comes to me dealing with another person, I can get delusional. Like I can go far left and be like, I will romanticize somebody like you have never seen a person romanticize somebody
like
before.
Movie in your head.
It is. Yeah. I love that person. I planned our life out. I like we're living together.
Right. There's a white picket fence.
Right. Exactly. I can do everything. I can make all of the accommodations for you in the world just so that you can be in my world because I love you and I care about you and I want to be with you. But me doing that does not necessarily mean the other person has done that for me. So, like, I know every step of the way when I'm being delusional in just about everything in my life. Not just relationships, but, like, I guess I'll say, like, jobs that maybe I stayed at for too long and I knew I should have probably stepped out a little earlier. But, like, it's a job. You know, you want your money. So,
you know, I mean,
yeah, but, like, just other,
like
other things. But, like, it's not hard for me to forgive me, but sometimes it is disappointing to me when I do the same thing. And I'm like, girl, why did you do that?
I think I had to learn that forgiving yourself was a thing. I always looked at it as, okay, if you're going to move on, you got to forgive this person. That's what you're supposed to do. See, but my problem was the whole forgive and forget thing. I don't forget nothing. So I'd be like, am I forgiving or am I holding on to it? Or did I forgive, but I just ain't willing to forget? So
I don't believe I have to forget.
I'm
believe,
not going to forget.
Right.
It's not possible.
No. And I believe that subscribing to the belief that you have to forget the way somebody treated you, especially if they treated you wrong, is nuts. It is insane because it's like, why would I forget that you treated me like I was the bottom of your shoe
so I could relive it again?
So exactly,
and fall into the same.
Like, why would I want to go through that again? Why do I feel like I should forget that and believe that you're going to change? I really don't believe people change. Like, what is that song? There's a song that says second chances never matter. People never change. I think it's a Paramore song. And if anybody listens to Paramore, you know what song I'm talking about. I think it's a song by Paramore, and like she's like, second chances that they don't ever matter. People never change. Yeah, it is a Paramore song. But, like, they don't really change. But, like, I mean, and that's not to say that I believe that people can't change. But I believe that, like, it takes a lot of hard work. 90% of the people out here ain't willing to put in that work to do the change.
And a lot of the times you're dealing with people who, in our society now and in our generation, I think a lot of people are dealing with people who are not willing to speak up and say certain things.
Right.
And say, hey, you're not treating me what I'm worth. Either you're going to get right or get gone.
Mm-hmm.
So then they keep going and going until they run into you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, I need you to do better. So
Yeah.
they're like, well, my last 8 didn't really require me to change, so this must be all right. It's not. They just
Right.
didn't speak up.
Right.
But that's
right.
also why they're not here now.
Right. And that's true. And then some people will run into you and they'll be like, oh, you holding me accountable? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Exactly.
Like, I ain't here to do that. I'm
I'm
here to
trying to
have a
play
good
you.
time. Like, I ain't trying to, you ain't going to hold me accountable. And the thing about that is, like, you have to realize, like, within yourself, like, when somebody is not able to be held accountable, like, that's a problem. That's a problem. And you got to take your step back.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know, like, me, and I've dealt with a lot of people who have a hard time being held accountable. But I don't have a hard time being held accountable, because
I like that.
I'll be like, oh yeah, you know what? I did do wrong there, or I did mess up. And I'm like, what can I do to make this better? But like, I think it's just a certain level of like emotional maturity, right? That you have to have, that a lot of people struggle with. Because I mean, and maybe especially men, maybe this is why they struggle with it, because they grow up hearing boys don't cry, boys don't do this, you shouldn't show emotion, blah blah blah. So like, we got these grown ass babies walking around here. Like we got grown ass 2-year-olds walking around here, like throwing temper tantrums, getting upset. Then when you trying to talk to them about it, they still upset. You still like you crying and you falling on the floor, throwing stuff across the room. What is going on with you?
Right.
Like, I cannot gentle parent you.
Right.
You are an adult.
At this big age.
At this big age.
No.
Big age.
You gotta learn how to communicate.
You do. And then, like, sometimes, like, yeah, some of y'all might know how to communicate, but, like, when it comes to this whole, like, like, we gotta
talk to this one.
Right. Like, if I can't talk to you about my feelings, like, I made a joke when we first started about how you sounded like a man. Like, I guess I'll never tell you my feelings again. Like, I just don't understand that. And I'll just be like, so when I'm trying to communicate, like, that I need this in a relationship emotionally, it's always emotional stuff. Like, for me, at least, that's what I'm always communicating to my partners. It's always something that I need from them emotionally. It's never like about money. It's never about things. It's always like, okay, I just need you to show up a little more emotionally for me. I need you to do this. I need to know how you feel this, blah, 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 whatever. Or like, I might be like, yeah, so when you said this, why did you say that? What did you mean? Oh, I guess I just can't be myself with you.
I'm just asking you to elaborate.
I'm asking you a question, sir.
I don't want to take what you said out of context. So I'm asking you.
Right.
I don't want to assume. Just tell me what you meant.
It was a question.
Yeah.
But again, putting them in their box, dealing with them accordingly, because it's too much. Like, it's too much to hold on to things, to really just have to carry it with you and have a hard time with forgiveness. And like I said, I did learn that lesson very, very young. Yeah. I used to hold on to a lot of the things that were hurtful that my dad would say to me, or do to me, and my mom used to have to constantly have talks with me about letting that stuff go, because it'll tear you up on the inside and that person will be totally unaffected. So like, that's why now, like, I'm just like, damn, that person's really a piece of shit. And guess what? They're going to be a piece of shit. So I'm just going to have to put them in their box and deal with them accordingly. And I'm not going to hold on to anything that they did to me. Like, it hurt when it happened, but I'm going to let it go and I'm going to move on.
With the person who hurt me most in life, I had to I was taking it personal. Then I really looked at certain patterns, people from their past, whether it was family, past relationships, people when we fast forward, and it's like, I was taking this personal and taking it hard, when really that's just you. Yeah. It's you. That's who you are. That's what you do to people. That's how you treat people. And for some reason, we get a little delusional and we think we exempt. Right. Because we have a baby together, that don't make you exempt. No. Because we had 5 years, 7 years duration of time together, that doesn't mean they are who they are. So I was like, ooh, yeah, I gotta had to realize that. So, but that did help me let go a little bit. Because if I'm just doing something strictly to you, and I do it to nobody else, then it's personal. If I do this to you and you and you and you, then it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a character trait or a character flaw at that. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. So, like, forgiveness is forgiveness. You're forgiven, but you're not forgotten.
Forgive and let go, but I'm going to
remember. Right, you're not forgotten, and I'm not going to allow you the opportunity to treat me like a piece of shit again.
Yeah, and let that control me.
Right.
Okay. So, what do you feel was your biggest victory in 2023?
Victory. My biggest victory was at the tail end of 2023, and it's like the biggest victory, but also it's kind of a sad thing at the same time. But definitely realizing what I deserve and what I'm not gonna put up with anymore. Mm-hmm. When it comes to relationships and comes to dealing with men and dating. Definitely recognizing that I am worth more than what I allow people to treat me like. Mm-hmm. And I don't deserve to be in a loveless relationship with anybody, or even a relationship where somebody is using me for whatever I bring to the table or whatever I do. Like, yeah. So, but stepping into my own power, that was the biggest. But it happened at the end, the very end of the year. I'm talking about
okay.
The tail end.
We meeting our quota.
Yeah.
Like, end of the year. It's fine.
The end of the year, though. But yeah, that was it. Stepping into my power. That was the biggest triumph of the year for me.
Yeah. I think I really took not overplaying my part anymore very seriously. That brought a lot of peace.
Yeah.
With relationships or dating and family and just whoever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ain't overplaying my part no more. You said, that's the only place I want to match energy. I need us to reciprocate it, and if it's not, I ain't gonna hold it to you. But I know how I'm gonna do
right
after I see it.
Yeah.
Do you have a biggest regret of 2023?
My biggest regret of 2023, I can't say that I have a regret, only because I do take the lessons that I learn in life very seriously. I love astrology. So I am an Aquarius, and I have a Capricorn stellium. For the astrology girlies out there, you know what that means. But for the ones who don't, that just means you have more than one planet in a certain house in a certain sign. And I have, I think it's like 5 planets in Capricorn. So like I'm a Saturn ruled girl.
Yeah.
With Aquarius being ruled by Uranus and Saturn, and Capricorn being ruled by Saturn. Saturn is known as your firm teacher in astrology. The teacher who's going to teach you the tough lesson, but you get rewarded at the end. So I think that my entire life has been comprised of me learning tough lessons. But I do take the lessons very seriously, and they always are beneficial to me in the end. So I can't say that I have a regret from the year, because I don't. Did I have some tough times? Absolutely. Did I have some real lessons I learned? Absolutely. Was I given an assignment this year in reference to those assignments that you and I talked about?
Right.
Yes. Yeah. I was given an assignment this year, and I completed the assignment. Well, not this year because this is 2024, but last year I was given an assignment. And I completed the assignment, and it's done. Okay. And I mean, I've learned from it. So, I mean, moving forward, I just know what I need to do. So I can't say I have a regret, but I definitely will say that stepping into my power was my biggest triumph of the year.
Okay. So now we're going to get into our segment called Return to Sender. And what that is basically the cultural conversations that are being had. The ones we want to retire and send them back to sender because we're tired of hearing them.
Tired. Okay. So tired.
So how do you feel about the conversation of what do you bring to the table?
I hate that conversation. I hate everything about that conversation. Because, what do you mean, what do I bring to the table? What do you bring to the table?
Right.
Half the time, y'all don't have a table. We just here, we trying to get to know each other. You asking me what I'm bringing to the table. So, is this a transaction? What is this?
Very much so given transactional.
It's transactional. Do you want to sign a lease or something? What do you mean, what do I bring to the table?
I feel like all all that is okay. If I'm asking what do you bring to the table? Okay, what am I gonna get out the deal?
Right. Yeah. Like, what do you mean? What are you getting out of the deal? What happened to like getting to know somebody? Like, I want to get to know you for who you are because something about you has sparked my interest.
Yeah.
And I want to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Like, by all means, set your intentions like at the beginning. Let people know like what you're here to do. Like, I want to just casually date. I want to like exclusively date. I'm dating to be in a relationship.
Right.
Like, let them know those things. But that whole "what do you bring to the table" conversation.
Because when that question is asked, you disappear, and it's just like, what can I get out of you?
Right. That's what it is.
I'm not here for you,
right.
But what can you do for me?
And half the time, women bringing more to the table than y'all. We got more degrees than y'all. We're making more money than y'all. Like, what do you mean? What am I bringing to the table? What do you bring? Why are we here?
Exactly.
Like, what?
Right.
Like, dude.
And all they doing is they table is Longhorn with the free bread. That's all y'all doing. Want to know what we bring to the table?
Well, what do you have at
tip
your,
money?
What table?
Free
Right. What did you like? What do I bring to the table, sir?
Yeah.
Where are we at right now? Like, we're on a coffee date.
Yeah. Not what are your intentions?
Right.
What you trying
like
to
because
do?
I want to know. Like for me, like I want to know why your last relationship ended. Like that's what I want to know. How long was it and why did it end?
Mm-hmm.
Because I need to get a gauge of who you are.
What part do you feel you played?
Right. I don't care what you bring to the table because it ain't no damn table. First of all, there's no table. Like either you're going to enter into this with the idea that this is going to be a partnership. We're going to work together. We are going to end up caring about each other. We're going to end up wanting to be together so that we stay together for the rest of our lives. We're going to both commit to doing the work to being in a relationship.
Right.
Yes. What do I bring to the table? Please don't even. If I ever go on a date and hear, what do you bring to the table? That's it. And I'm going to pay for myself.
Up from this table.
Right. And I'm going to pay for myself. Like if the food already been ordered and then you start talking to me about what do I bring to the table, don't worry about it. Come on, bring the check. You can split it in two.
Right.
I'm going to pay for me.
I feel like most of the people who's asking that question is the ones that don't have anything to bring to the table and trying to leech off of the other person.
Right. And like it's like y'all be working jobs like, and not to shit on anybody, but like hourly, like I'm saying, this is just an example. You're working a job where you're getting paid hourly and you're asking me what I bring to the table. Sorry, I'm old. That's what I'm bringing to the table. Old lady mentality.
Right.
That's what I'm bringing to the table. Because those will be like the same people who would turn around and want those same like gender roles, but you want to split the bills in half. Like, you can't want me to be like have the stay-at-home wife mentality, but you want me to go to work so that I can pay half the bills. That doesn't make any sense. That's not how that works.
We're going to go half on watching these kids.
Right.
Half on washing dishes.
Half on cooking.
Half on cleaning this whole house. Because just because you go to work and you come home.
But we all go to work.
Okay, right.
Because it's not
you
even.
You went to work, made the money, but we need to split.
It's not
everything.
Even like I'm at the house. Like I'm not a kept woman. I'm working.
Right.
Like and splitting bills.
Very much so beating the pavement.
Right. I'm waking up every day with these kids.
Another reason I don't like that, what do you bring to the table, is because you could really be set up for like some catfishing. Because I'm telling you, I was thinking the other day, I'm like, on paper, if you didn't know, my baby father, on paper, looks amazing.
Okay.
Everything from the career to the knowing a bunch about credit and knowing how to budget and stack money and pay stuff up, off, and down, and all of that, great. Made a beautiful kid. Shoe game is great. Smell great. Dress great. On paper, you look great. Great car. That's why I don't care much for that conversation, because I know him.
Right.
And none of that matters.
Right.
Like, on the inside,
right,
this is trash. Like, you're going to feel so catfish.
Right. It's a hole in the wall bathroom with a bunch of graffiti on the wall, piss on the floor, and doo-doo on the walls.
Not doo-doo on the walls.
Like, and doo-doo on the walls.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, y'all can keep asking people that question, and they're going to run down all their good qualities.
Yeah, like if you want me to bring my resume, I'll bring my resume to this business meeting. Like, it's to this interview. It's a shallow question. I think it's a shallow, senseless question that people just started thinking like, oh, this is what I need to ask to know what a person is going to do for me in a relationship. No,
that's not.
You learn what you learn what a person is going to do for you in a relationship, or how they're going to help better your life in a relationship, by being in a relationship and seeing how that person moves, and like really getting to know the person, not just asking them on a first, second, or third day, well, what do you bring to the table? What am I bringing to the table? Why did you bring me here?
The fact that you even if that's your question, the fact that you said it exactly like that, makes me cringe.
It is very cringy.
I hate
it's
that.
Very like, that one definitely need to be returned to the sender.
So 2024, we sending it back.
Sending that one
we
back.
Don't want it.
We don't want that.
Stop asking it. Bring back real relationships. Bring back intentional dating.
Right.
Bring back, I'm really trying to get to know you.
Right.
Not just how much you make yearly. I want to get to know you and your heart.
That's going to be a red flag for me if a dude asks me how much I make a year on the first, or second, or third date.
Ooh.
It really, even in the first year of us being together, why are you asking me how much I make? Why do you want to know how much I make?
You come with yours, I come with mine.
Because I'm not gonna ask you how much you make. If I can see that you can get your bills paid, you can do all the things that you need to do, you can afford the lifestyle that you live, and still afford to date me.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna ask you how much you make. I don't want to see no receipts. I don't want to see none of that. I don't care. You paid for it.
People really think like, oh, you only make $40,000-$50,000 a year. How you gonna send me surprise flowers and buy me shoes? You can still do that. You can
definitely still do that
on $50,000 a year.
You can still do it on 20.
Don't play yourself out of a good man because you worry too much about.
Right. I just don't be worried about it. I'm not asking you no questions about your money, because unless we marry, I don't really have no questions about your money.
Right. I just don't need to hear, oh, I missed this payment. Oh, I'm behind on this. Oh, I'm okay. Right. Like you said, as long as you can provide your own life, with no issues,
and
I
need
still
to
afford
to
date me,
right.
And this mindset, and we both moving in the same direction, then we good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what else I'm tired of, Kendra?
What?
We sending this back in 2024 too.
What?
I am so tired of this women need to submit conversation.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
That one is awful.
Submit to what exactly, guys? Put in the comments. What are we supposed to be submitting to? I like to know. You know, and people, they take it out of context, but for me, it be the men that all have the same hairstyle, that live right down in Atlanta, all are sagging. Don't like where what am I submitting to?
Right. For me, it's just that I think that people have got submission and servitude mixed up, and that's number one.
That's that's what's in everybody's mouth, but nobody want to serve no more.
Right. Number two, the thing is, like, people will reference, I don't know what Bible verse it is, but I know it's like women submit unto your husbands or something like that.
But then it's like husbands submit unto your wives. Y'all stop reading.
I love how people cherry pick the Bible when they want to want to manipulate somebody.
Real bad.
Like, and then, but like the other part of that is also like your husband should be submitting unto God. So it's just like, y'all are leaving a lot of pieces out, and y'all just, again, want women to put the world on their backs and be like, yeah, you get down there and you do what you're supposed to do for your man. But the other thing, Charity, is a lot of these men, like, they don't know how to lead. So, like, it's kind of like you want me to submit to you when you have shown me no leadership skills. Like, you have not shown me that you can make an effective decision at all. And you want me to just blindly be like, yeah, that's my man, so I'm just going to follow him along. These dudes will have you living in a ditch.
Reckless.
Like, they will have you living in a ditch. Like, you gotta use your common sense. And like, a large part of submission as a woman is, especially as a single woman, is a man being able to take me up out of my masculine energy. If I can turn my brain off when I'm with him because I feel that comfortable with him and his ability to make a decision and his ability to take care of me and his ability to do the things that he's gonna do and think logically, that's different. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give you the world. I'm gonna give you the world because you deserve it. Because you got me to turn that brain off. But, like, if I start feeling like I got to make decisions, like, and it's nothing wrong with making decisions. But, like, if I feel like you're not doing an effective job and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. No, I'm not doing that because that's stupid. Yeah. Like, that's going to lead us into a ditch. I don't want to live in a ditch. And you giving me back and forth. And then I'd be like, for me, I'm big on, okay, well, I'm going to let you do it your way. And I'll let you do it your way. And then what we do, end up in a ditch. And then when I turn around and be like, all right, well, I guess it's time for me to fix it. Then I'm going to be pissed off. That's number one. And number two, I'm never going to want to deal with you again. Like, so I need, like, you got to.
Sometimes you do got to show them you want this position, but you're not capable of fulfilling it to the full ability.
And then the other thing is, like, I can be very good at, I'm not going to tear my partner down in front of other people. When we get home, we're going to have a conversation about what we need to have a conversation about.
Have your back in public.
Right. But don't have me out here looking stupid. Number two, we going to have a conversation when we get home. Because it's obvious that you ain't thinking straight, and we need to talk about it. But you have to, like, your partner got to be open to having that conversation later. Yeah. A lot of times the men will get on that whole, I guess I'll never say how I feel about anything around you again. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, why are you even in this relationship if that's what you're going to get on? Like, if that's what you're going to be on, then be by yourself. Like, you got to, when you decide you want to be with somebody, you're deciding that you're going to pretty much, like, bear your all to that person. Yeah. Like, I want to be in a relationship with you, so I'm going to, and it doesn't have to be all at once, like, let walls down around you because I want to be with you. Not, I'm going to put a wall up because you held me accountable or you did, like, that's stupid.
That's wild.
That's dumb. And the more, like, and men, like, really get on, like, oh, women only want you if you can do for them financially. Women only want. No, I really, looking back, honestly, and this is me being completely honest and transparent, looking back on every single, like, serious relationship that I ever had, the only thing I ever wanted from a man was for him to be able to be there emotionally. And that is a hard ask for a lot of men. And that is what I have realized. It's very hard for them, like, to even just do any, like, just give their emotions, let their guard down, because all their life they were told they had to be tough. Like, you showing me that you can be a provider, you showing me that you know how to lead, has nothing to do with toughness at all. It has nothing to do with toughness. As a matter of fact, I want you to be, what they say, the young kids say, tender about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I was watching this girl on TikTok, and she was like, what do I have to gain from being with a man who is not tender about me? Like, and she gave the example. She was like, imagine this. Somebody be like, oh, yeah, that's your girl. You love that girl. And then, then your dude being like, yeah, I mean, I guess she all right. Excuse me?
Right.
So then she was like, instead of a man who would be like, oh, man, you love that girl. Yeah, I love that girl. I don't play about her. I don't play about her. Okay. Like, I need a dude who gonna be like, yeah, I don't play about my girl. Yeah, I love her.
Exactly.
Like,
love me out loud. Okay.
What do I have to gain from being with a man who can't be tender with me, from being with a man who can't show me that he can lead, from being with a man who can't make a decision to save his life and stand on it?
Exactly.
Like,
and even if it backfired, take accountability.
And then you want me to submit to what?
Exactly.
Submit to what? What you want me to do? Submit to what?
And it be the dudes out here that want to be in a relationship for 15 years that don't want to be married and stringing girls along, talking about, you need to submit to me.
How? If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
Like, hello, submit to my husband.
Yeah, and that's the other part. That's the other part. Y'all want to be in these common law marriages talking about you need to be submitting. No,
that ain't what we was. That ain't what he was talking about when he said that.
Like, submit to you.
Yeah,
that's a little questionable to me.
Exactly.
Like it. Yeah, like I have no problem. I would have no problem. That's what I'm saying. I would have no problem being submissive to a man who could show me.
Yeah.
That, like, and I feel like it would just happen so naturally. It wouldn't even be like I'm making a conscious decision to be submissive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it would just be like, oh yeah, like I would be tender about him. Just like that's my man.
I already trust you in those ways.
Exactly. I think a large part of submission is trust. And I think that people don't realize that because they just want somebody to cook and clean for them. They want somebody to wash their clothes. They want somebody
a maid and a sex slave. So.
Right. Period. You want a bed wench.
You don't want equality in a relationship.
I don't want to be your bed wench. I don't want to be your maid.
Yeah. None of that.
I don't want to be your little yeah. Like I'm too old. Like. Yeah. I don't want to be none of that. I just want you to be like, yeah, that's my lady. That's my girl. That I love her. I care about her. I want to be with her. I'm not playing about her. Like, that's what I want. Because I'm not going to play about you.
And make it known.
Right. Say it. Say it. Don't just do. Because a lot of people get caught up on, I showed you. Did you?
I need all of it. I need to hear it, feel it, smell it. I need all of it.
Because I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to touch you. I'm going to be as physical as you need me to be.
I'm going to hit on all the levels. You'll never have to question it.
You won't have to question it. And like the thing that kills me is like these dudes, they be knowing that you fuck with them heavy. They know that you like them.
Still play
they
in your
know,
face.
right? And we'll still play in your fucking face.
Yeah.
And like
this is a love they never even had before.
Right.
And still gonna play that
girl
stuff
will
out
verbalize
position.
to you, be like, you are the best woman I've ever been with. I've never been with anybody like you, and still play in your face.
I can tell.
Right. And still play in your face and be like, I just can't do that. You can't.
I don't mind letting people play themselves out their position, and that goes for anybody.
And sometimes you have to let it happen. You absolutely right about that.
I'm a firm believer.
Right. Let them go.
I'm going to let it play
Looks
out.
like another little TKO.
Okay. Down for the count.
You got to let them go. Like, you can't be holding on to them. But, like, when it comes to that whole submission thing, I just be like, don't ask me on no first date.
Return to sender.
Please, return that to the sender. Don't ask me what I bring to the table. Don't ask me if I can be submissive.
Yeah.
Because that's weird.
Are you the type of man for me to be submissive to?
Like, what do you mean? And then the other thing is, what I notice is, like, these men will go after, like, first of all, they will interrupt you. And when I say interrupt you, like, you'll be living your own life, having a good time. Like, you might see them in passing. Hey, how you doing? Da, da, da. They will actively pursue you. And then when they get you, be like, this isn't what I really like. Be like, I didn't really want a relationship. Then why did you ask me out?
You saw a fatty walking by you in Walmart and you was like, oh, I need that.
Why did you ask me out?
So get your groceries.
Why did you take me on several dates? Why did you for a whole year want to be with me? That's so weird.
That's wild.
You interrupted me. I wasn't even choosing on you. I wasn't going like
I was just running my errands.
Business.
Finna go home, be happy.
Right.
That's it.
And like they'll see you like that, or they'll choose women who they know are like outspoken and like I guess flamboyant and very like extroverted, and then want them to sit in the house.
That wasn't me when you met me.
Period. Like or like the other thing, like men will be like. They'll choose women who like dress. A woman might dress like risque. Very risque, right? Yeah. And like they'll be like, "Oh, initially they're attracted to that. They want her because she's dressed like that. They get her, and then you try and make her wear a brown paper bag."
I was fine when you met me,
right? And gonna be fine. Like, come on now.
Now I can still dress to where I respect you. I do feel that. Like if you single. And you like to wear the little booty shorts with your cheeks out. Okay, cool. I'm not saying stop wearing shorts once you get into a serious relationship. But you can still wear shorts. But I don't think your cheeks need to be hanging out. But, like, don't just try to... Now I need to dress like a nun.
Right. I feel like my thing is when you meet a person and you've been around them a couple times, you see them a couple times, y'all been going places a couple times, and you see how they dress, you see how they act. Like once you decide you want to be in a relationship with them, you gotta accept how they are. Like, so if she want to walk around her booty cheeks out and you her man, you gonna have to stand on that, and you gonna have to be okay with that. Like, I mean, now if she wants to change and she don't want to wear
she knows you're uncomfortable.
Right. If she don't want to wear her butt cheeks out no more, then that's on her. You know what I'm saying? But like you being like, all right, now you in a relationship, now you gotta change. Like Keke Palmer's ex dude. telling her she shouldn't dress like that because she's a mother. What the fuck that got to do with anything?
We all see what that was about.
We do now. We know what that was about.
Yeah.
But like, there are dudes who say that.
Shout out to you, Keke Palmer. We love you.
We do love her.
Okay. Y'all know what? I want us to get back to men protecting our women. What happened to that?
That's gone.
What happened?
They can't even be tender about you. How they gonna protect you?
It's wild though.
They can't even.
Y'all would get so much further.
Right. But it's so crazy to me. Like, and I'm gonna say this about men who have, not all men, but some men who like have daughters. Mm-hmm. Like, they can be very tender and loving and caring about their daughters. But when it comes to just like other women in the world, like when you see violent things happening to women, they'll be like, well, she shouldn't have dressed like that. Or she knew what she was getting into.
Justifying.
And like, I will constantly, every time. Mm-hmm. But if that was your daughter.
Right.
My daughter wouldn't. How do you know?
How do you know? Now, one day.
Right.
She's going to grow up.
Right. And when we all grow up, we all make dumb decisions sometimes. Sometimes we all put ourselves in situations that we shouldn't be in. Mm-hmm. So
I don't know what this whole thing is where men feel like they just need this certain type of level of control over women.
I don't know.
But I hate it. It's really disgusting. And it should stop.
Yeah.
Like, just learn how to take the L.
Right.
Even all these videos where you see men don't know how to say take no. I don't want to talk to you, sir. I don't want to give you my number.
Right.
I'm not going to have sex with you.
Right.
I want no parts.
Right.
That's okay. She don't like you, bro.
Right.
Just keep it moving.
Right. It's so hard for them to take no. Like, when you be like, and when I was younger, I used to think that shit was funny and cute. But, like, as an adult, I'd be annoyed. Because it's like, if I say I have a boyfriend, I don't want to hear, oh, he can't let you have friends. Why the fuck do you want to be my friend? Like, why do you want to be my friend? Mm-hmm. You don't even know me. I could be a terrible person. Actually, I could rob you right now. Like, leave me alone.
You don't know. I could be crazy.
I could be crazy.
You don't know.
Like, I could be crazy as hell. I could be driving this man insane.
Right.
Like, and you asking me if you could be my friend? No. I said no. I said I had a man. Please step away from my car.
And it's okay.
Right.
No, it's okay.
Like, no is no. And no is okay.
Unfortunately, guys, that's not the world that we live in.
Right.
These men, they be getting their pride hurt. Okay, so what I would suggest, if they want your number at this point, just give it to them. And I don't mean a fake one, because they ignorant enough to sit there and call you in front of your face.
Right.
Just give them your number. It's gonna ring. Okay, yeah, I'll talk to you later. And go block that nigga. Mm-hmm. Go block him and never see him again. Yeah, but just so you could get home safe.
Yeah. Cause they would, like, dudes be out here shooting girls in the face. Like, I gotta give you my number, but I don't really want to. Mm-hmm. But, like, I easily would lie and be like, I have a boyfriend. Because sometimes, like, for the most part, that'll turn most dudes away. And they'll be like, oh, okay, well, he lucky. Like, the solid dudes will be like, oh, he lucky. Right. Da, da, da. The weird one's going to be like,
what they got to do with me? I don't know,
the
sir.
Other
I don't know why you
going to be like, well, you can still give me your number. And them the ones who you got to watch out for, because you got to be like, all right, I guess I'll give you my number. Mm-hmm. And then you got to block them. Yeah. Like, it's just weird.
So these days, don't even fight with them no more. Just... Okay, yeah, we'll talk later. Cool. Just play it cool so you
trying
can
to make
it
home to these kids.
That's it. I just came to the gas station. I'm just trying to get gas.
I'm trying to get gas. I'm trying to get groceries.
You want my number so you can play on my face and gaslight me.
Right.
I'm trying to get gas.
I don't need any gas lights. Like, I'm straight on that.
So you already kind of hit on my next, topic, which was the conversation of you need to let men lead.
Oh.
Which I don't think we have a problem with, but where are you going?
Right.
Where are you leading me to? Like I said, my baby daddy looked great on paper, and I really thought he could lead me.
Yeah.
I just knew this man could lead me till I took a step back, got out the situation, and really dissected it. Yeah. And saw you for who and what you are. And then it's like, you was gonna lead me straight to hell, weren't you? That ain't where I want to be led.
To hell in a handbasket.
I ain't going, y'all. I ain't going. So these men be talking about they can lead you. It might look good on paper, but just pay attention to where are they leading you. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah, you definitely have to take a look at people's character traits and just really kind of look at, like, so and some people might think this is stupid or silly, but like I like to look at if they'll put a shopping cart back You know what I'm saying? Like in the thing, if you will put a shopping cart back into the shopping cart thing, or if you just gonna leave it. I don't want to say anything, throw no shade, and I'm gonna leave it at that. We can have a conversation off camera about that shopping cart. But that shopping cart test, boy, that's gonna show you everything you need to know. How a person treats a waiter or waitress. That's also going to show you a lot that you need to know about a person. Yeah. So like those two things, if I see you and you can't, like if we out and about and you just one of the people who leave the shopping cart right by the car,
or just put it up on the curb,
or right, like why did you put it halfway on the curb?
Or in a parking spot,
right? Why did you leave it in the parking spot? Like that's so like
we purposely parked next to
right. Just human decency,
the cart
because you know somebody else has to come collect these carts, put it back where they have a designated space for it to be, so that it's easier on the next person. Yeah. Like, and it's then, a system. Right. It's a system. And then like, also like another thing, like, if you're in the movie theaters and they leave their food in the seat, like when they leave, I don't do that. Yeah. Cause there's a trash can on the way out the door. Take your trash to the door, right?
You're gonna pass 5.
You're gonna leave. So like, car. And like, don't leave it and be cute and be like, oh, it's job security. I don't want to hear that. Take your trash to the door. Like, and then when you're at a restaurant, don't treat the waitress or waiter like the bottom of your shoe. Yeah. Because you are so disrespectful and rude. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand. And then even if the order is wrong, the waitress or waiter did not prepare the food.
They just brought it to you.
They brought it out here. So if it's wrong, there is a way that you can respectfully say, this is not what I ordered. I ordered da-da-da-da. Could you please take it back? Mm-hmm. Instead of acting a fool. Not leaving a tip. That's another issue. That's another problem. Because you honestly, if you can't afford to leave a tip, you should not be out eating. Like, that's it. First, y'all. That's it. And honestly, like, I feel like if I could, every time I went out, I would tip what the bill was. Because they don't, like, the tips is what that's what they living off of. So if you out here, you want to take me out to eat, but you don't want to leave no tip, that's crazy to me.
Yeah. Especially if I'm on a date. No.
That's crazy to me.
We finna tip if I'm on this date.
Right. That's crazy to me. Yeah. So, like, I mean, people might think those are little silly little tests, but, like, that's what I gotta see. Like, I have to look at a lot of things.
But your mind is kind of where mine is, because I like to look at how people treat other people they think they don't need. Yeah. That says a lot.
Yeah,
it does. That says so much about a person.
It does.
Oh, you thought you never would need them. Mm-hmm. And you thought they were beneath you, so you treated them like crap.
Right, because think about it. Like, how would they treat you? Right. How would they treat you 2-3 years into the relationship when they so comfortable with you that they feel like they don't need you?
However I'm benefiting you now.
Right.
If I ever don't.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, you got to treat other people around you, especially people in service positions, like, you got to treat them like something.
Like humans.
Right, yeah, because they are humans, just like you. That could easily be you waiting this table.
Exactly.
At any
point. You could be here today, here tomorrow.
You could be waiting tables tomorrow.
You don't never know.
You never know. So don't be treating people like that. Don't leave mess around for other people to clean up after you. Like that, for me, that is just like a red flag, red flag, red flag. It's just you can't put a shopping cart back. That's a red flag. You don't clean up after yourself at the movie theater. That's a red flag. You treat wait staff like doo-doo. That's a red flag. Yeah. And that one probably the biggest red flag. Because all they doing is trying to do their job. They just here trying to collect a check.
That's it.
And they trying to bring you this food. You didn't have to get up and do nothing at the restaurant. You came, you sat down, you got your food in front of you. You didn't have to do nothing but sit down and you having this conversation with me.
I don't want this. Okay. It's another way to relay that message.
Right. Talk to people with some respect. Be respectful. Yeah. And like, I think even though, like, I love astrology and I'm an astrology down, okay? I'm going to get, when I feel comfortable enough, I'm going to ask for that city. I'm going to ask for that time. I'm going to ask for that date of birth. Okay. And I'm going to look it up. Yeah. And I'm going to run a synastry chart on the two of us.
That's her background check.
It is. It really is. That really is my background check. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure out what we got going on. But at the same time, like, sometimes in astrology, you can be very compatible with somebody, but that person can be a piece of shit in real life. Ooh. Mm-hmm. And, like, so I'm not going to ever base anything just off of one thing. So there are a lot of different things that play in my head that I have to go through, like, to decide if this is really a good person. And that's why, like, a lot of times, like, I think I get with dudes who they can be good people and they have potential to be good people, and they're never like awful people. They're never bad people. But like a lot of the tests that I just talked about today, they have all failed at one point. So, and some of them have failed multiple tests. But I was just like, oh, I don't know. I think I should just see where this goes. Like, it's no more seeing where this goes. You fail one test, you're out. You're done.
Okay.
Like, okay, because I'm finishing grad school. I will be finished soon. Woo-hoo. This year I graduate, so I'm very excited. So this will be my second master's degree for those of you who want to know what I bring to the table.
Come on, finish
This will be the second one, and then I'm going to take the GRE and get into a PhD program for those of you who want to know what I'm bringing to the table.
Right.
A wink, wink. And but like I am finishing up this degree, and I am in a very strict program. You cannot make less than an 80 in a class, or you'll have to retake it. So it's just kind of like now I'm gonna have to take that same approach when it comes to dealing with these dudes. Like, you fail one test, you out.
And I don't want to say I don't believe in second chances, but now in my life, watch how you treat me the first time.
Second chances never matter. People never change. Paramore said it.
Because I don't really.
Well, Haley Williams said
you
it.
only got to show yourself to me one time. Okay? Delusional Charity gone.
Yeah.
Okay? She done learned some things. She done grew up.
Right.
Watch how you treat me the first time.
I don't want to go through things anymore. Like that's the thing. Like, when you choose to be delusional, you're choosing to have to go through and learn those lessons over and over again. I don't want to learn those lessons over and over again, because I want my kids to have the opportunity to see me and a man like together, and to see me being loved properly and cared for, so that they know how to do that.
And vice versa, like, how a woman's supposed to love on a man correctly too.
Right, period. And I do want them to know that. I want them to see that there can be a healthy dynamic between a man and a woman who are together, who love each other, who care about each other. And or just just a relationship in general, in a romantic relationship when you're with somebody. Yeah. So it's just like, you got one time. Yeah. Like, you get one shot. I mean, we work so hard, and like, you think about it, you work so hard, and you know that in a lot of places in your life, you have like very strict boundaries, very strict limitations of what you can and can't do within that span of time. But when we get in relationships, we idealize people so much that we allow them to have time after time after time after time of just bullshit. Of like of showing us that they are not the people that we should be with, and showing us that we like deserve way better than what that person is. At this point, it's tattooed
on his forehead.
Right. And really just showing us that they are not capable of doing what we need.
Or they're capable, they just not going to do it for you. And if I'm not the right one for you to do it for, okay.
Right. And so like, it's just like, we all need to be a little more strict, like my grad program. Like, you can't make less than a B. If you go out to a restaurant and they have less than like a 90, you should not be eating there. Yeah. You should not be eating there. Yeah. Like, I know we all love Waffle House, but think of it like that. Like, Waffle House is you being delusional in a relationship.
Right. This man just smoked a cigarette, changed that trash, did not wash his hands, and went to make your waffle.
And you sitting there tearing it up.
Okay.
It's the best food I done ever
just
had.
Just because you drunk.
Like,
okay.
Just because you drunk. No. You're love drunk. A lot of time we be dickmatized.
Okay.
Like, you drunk off love and dick.
And that's what be... Girl, I was talking to somebody about this the other day. They really be thinking, oh, I'm putting it down. I'm doing this and that. Sir, I mess with you the way I mess with you because I mess with you like that. It has nothing to do with what you doing down below. It's not about that. I mess with you like that in here. But once you mess that up for me in here, you gon' see.
I can't say that about myself. I can't say that about myself.
I will say this. Had I not... I remember I was in 8th grade, and I was not active at that time, but other girls were. And I will never forget, I saw this girl. She was so cool, so sweet, so pretty, all of these things, and was getting so mistreated by the guy that she was with. And she gave her virginity to him, and I just remember Christ. She was sitting on grade? Just literally like a Lifetime movie, like sliding down with her back up against the lockers, and was just crying and just sobbing, and what he did to me, and all of this stuff. And ever since that day, I was like, I'm not going to be the girl that's crying on the locker. So even when I did choose to lose my virginity, he know you can't control me like that. You
Right.
ain't gonna think, oh, cause I'm her first. I'm always had this on lock and this and that. My baby daddy know the same thing. I don't care if we have kids together. This thing ain't yours.
Yeah.
Y'all know that about me.
Yeah.
So I made it a thing from a young age. Like I ain't never just gonna have a nigga think he just got me like that.
Yeah.
Not around here, partner.
Not around here, partner.
Not around here.
Yeah. See, like the times that has happened to me. I don't think they knew until the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. That like they definitely kind of had it on lock. But
so you was able to keep it a secret to the end?
Yeah. So like, would you say it really was that I was stigmatized, or was it that I was being delusional? Who knows?
Right.
Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But like,
not Dragon Ball Z.
But like, I mean, it's definitely some ones though in my head that I can think of that like, and we can do a whole episode about that. But like, that in my head, like I can think about that. I'm like, oh no, like I know I was being stupid because like it was good. Like I was eating at Waffle House. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was
like,
that girl.
Right. I saw you. When I pulled up, I saw you outside smoking that cigarette, and then I saw you take that trash out and you went inside. I didn't see you wash your hands, and I saw you get straight on that griddle, and I saw you cook that food, and I made my order and I ate right there. Like, okay. And I saw you do those things, and I still ate, and that food was still good.
Yeah.
Like, but I knew that the restaurant also had a 75 score, and I shouldn't have been eating there.
Right.
So like, I will say that I have been before because like, I don't know. Some people just like, I've been with some people who just knew what to do. Now I knew like when I lost my virginity, I have never even said out loud like what. Well, like my friends know like when it happened, but like when I lost my virginity, I knew I didn't want to lose it to a boyfriend because I didn't want to be similar to you, like the girl crying on the locker. Like I just felt like when girls that I had saw just in my life in that time when everybody was losing their virginity, and this was not in middle school for me. For those for
either of us, we
right.
were not those fast girls.
It was not. It just wasn't. I wasn't even curious about that in middle school. Like
me
in middle
either.
school, I was just thinking about, I don't know, other things.
I'm trying to pass algebra. I'm trying to get out of here. That's
right.
what I'm doing.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Like I was like reading. I think around that time I was still reading like Harry Potter. Like I was still very like
yeah.
So I was still very into my own stuff. Like I was still always into astrology. Like I was learning new things. So in middle school, that wasn't it for me. But the time when I did lose my virginity, I knew I didn't want to lose it to a boyfriend because I felt like all the girls around me who had lost their virginity to their boyfriends were so stuck on those dudes. And I was like, I don't want to be stuck on.
We're kind of in the same.
Yeah.
There.
So like I had a friend at the time, and he was a good friend of mine. We used to talk on the phone at night all the time. He was really sweet, and I did like have an attraction to him. I did like him, and that is who I lost my virginity to. Yeah, I will never forget that day. I can remember it like very vividly. But yeah, I mean, I lost it to him, and it wasn't like anything was expected afterwards from either one of us, and we were still cool throughout the time span that we were in close quarters, like with each other. But like we only did it one time. Yeah. So I mean, it was just like the one time. I was like, okay, so this is what it was. Wow,
you did it.
Right. I was the last of my friend group to lose my virginity. So I was just too. Like, they were just like, everybody was like, you gotta do it. It feels so good. And I was like, when it happened, I was like,
first of all, it hurts a few times.
Yeah.
First of all,
I was like, actually, I don't know what this. Like, I'll never forget there laying there, and I was just like, I don't really know.
It's like an outer body experience, right? It's
just like it kind of hurts. Like,
yeah.
But then they were like, it's gonna bleed too, and then I was like, oh my god, did it bleed?
Did y'all think y'all were making this sound
right? I was like,
amazing.
So like, it's just like at that time in my life But I was like, he's like, that dude is a solid dude.
Yeah.
But like, that was all we had.
Yeah.
And that was it. And it wasn't nothing major afterwards for me or for him. And
when I decided to lose mine, I made sure, like, I didn't want it to be like a boyfriend. We were dating. Look, like, what is dating? at a certain age, but like we were dating or whatever. We did very much so like each other, blah blah blah. But I knew that that was gonna be a person who, well, you're a virgin, so you don't really know what checks the box down there. But I felt like it would, and I also knew he wasn't gonna be one that was gonna like run his mouth, and because for a long time people were like, oh yeah, I did this for her, so I am a virgin. You ain't did nothing over here. You just lying. Just lying. Y'all stop lying on y'all piece. That is real tacky.
It is very.
Very. But I knew he wasn't gonna like disrespect me and play with my name. Like what was between us was between us. And yeah, like he was a good person to me. Yeah. So that's why I chose him.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I should take that same kind of approach now with dating. Like I shouldn't be too committed to like an outcome of anything. I should just be like, oh yeah, he's just my friend.
I'm doing honestly, this because I want to do this
for them right now. All I got is friendship for y'all. Like, but he.
What does that mean? Like the thing stop? Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, like, yeah. And I mean, even to this day, like, he's still an attractive dude. He's still like
mine got ugly.
Huh? Yours got ugly?
Mine
no, mine's still very attractive.
Mine ain't giving what it used to.
And he was funny. Like that's the thing. Like he's attractive. He was funny. Yeah. He had a nice smile. Like he's a nice dude. Like a good dude. But like that's all it was. Yeah. And it was never anything other than that.
I take that back. I'm sorry because he might see this one day.
That's okay. You already said
not ugly, but it ain't good because you know sometimes people just grow up and life be life and but you know how some people are not as attractive just because that's just how the chips fell. Some people I feel like genetics. You ugly like that on purpose because it's no reason that you had to be like that. You're doing this on purpose. Lil Wayne is not naturally that ugly. He is doing stuff to make himself less attractive.
As he's aged, it has gone down. His
So you can be ugly by choice sometimes.
Charity.
You can. They be doing that, Kendra. For real. They be doing it. I'm sorry, y'all.
Not ugly by choice.
Y'all know how they be like, you not ugly, you just ain't got enough money.
It
could be.
It could be. I mean, Lil Wayne got plenty of money.
He do, so it's no reason for that.
Girl. But yeah, like, so anyways, like...
Like we gonna let that man live.
Hey, we gonna let that dude live. We don't know who you're talking about. You know who you talking about. But I feel you though. Like I knew my dude wasn't gonna play like and be like, oh, he telling the whole school, and doing all this stuff and da da da. Like I knew he was gonna be like, okay, it is. You know, we did what we did, and like the other thing was, the other thing was like for that situation, like when I decided I wanted to lose my virginity. I had heard that that person was not a virgin. I didn't want to lose my virginity to another virgin. I didn't know. Yeah. Now, I don't know how true that was because I never asked him. I had just heard. And he was my friend. Like, I'm talking about this dude was my friend. Like, we used to talk on the phone every night. Like, we used to kiki, ha-ha. Like, but I was attracted to him. I knew I was attracted to him, but I knew I didn't, like, want to do all of that. Yeah. Like, I just didn't want to be attached just because I lost my virginity to you.
I don't think I wanted to do one with another virgin too. I'm already.
I mean, I don't know. He could have very well been a virgin.
Figuring this out. I don't want us figuring it out
together.
One of us need to know a little something.
Something, just a little razzle dazzle. I mean, even if they not virgins, half of these dudes have watched porn. First of all, that's another episode because we need to talk about how men watch porn and thinks that's what sex is. Because that is awful. Like, it is god awful. Like, I can turn on porn star for you. Like me. You want me to turn on the porn star version? Yes, I can do that. But, like, I want you to understand
you gotta do it
that
to take
it's
to access
acting.
That version.
Right. You do have to take you have to do what it takes to access that version of me. But, like, it's also, at a point, it's acting because I want to see you happy. So, anyways, I need y'all to understand porn is not reality.
No.
Oh, you didn't have any real estate tips today?
No.
Oh,
I got what I wrote. We gonna go into men and then. You think so? Yeah. You said what?
She said, we ain't talking about no children.
Oh.
I talked about my little sprinkle. It was a sprinkle.
I mean,
but yeah, Charity. So I mean, overall, like I think that's the approach we should start taking. You know what I'm saying? Like you got 2 times.
Not even
2. You got 2.
You got 1.5.
One time. Like it's got to be very
for real.
strict.
Yeah.
Because there are other places in life where we allow people to put these parameters on us and to be strict. And I think that we have to start doing that to other people. Mm-hmm. Because right now, again, we're eating at a Waffle House with a 75 score. And that's not where you should be eating.
And you do got to be careful with how many chances you give. Because people be thinking, unconditional love means deal with an amount of unconditional bullshit. BS. And that's not, that's not 2 plus 2 don't equal 4 with that. That's not what that means.
That's not what that means at all.
No.
That's not what it means at all. So. But I think it's a lot of learning with all of this. And even with forgiveness, everybody might not have the same approach that I have with forgiveness where it's easy. I mean, I won't even say it's easy. It's just like second nature. It's like something I don't even think about.
I love that for you, though.
Yeah, I mean, it took a lot, though. Like, the childhood part of it was kind of fucked up. But but as an adult, it has helped me. My mom always used to tell me and a lot of people, probably their parents said this, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I constantly had her in my ear, and I still hear her to this day telling me, put people in their box and deal with them accordingly. Whatever doesn't kill you is going to make you stronger. Mm-hmm. That's all I can always hear. So, like, and my mom, funny enough, back to astrology, my mom is a Capricorn sun. Mm-hmm. So, like, again, my whole life has been the strict teacher telling me and showing me what I should be doing and teaching me these lessons after lesson after lesson so that I can move forward and move with purpose.
That's good. That's good. So, to wrap up this episode, what is a little negative wisdom, I guess, that you took with you that you got from this episode?
From this episode?
Yeah.
Put people in their box and deal with them accordingly. Like forgiveness and grief are things that are not linear. They're things that they can come in waves. They can go in circles. You think you're done and it can come back. But put people in their box and deal with them accordingly. And that is the best advice I can give you when you're trying to move forward from anything, with a person that you're romantically involved with anybody at your job, with family members, with whatever. Put them in their box, deal with them accordingly. If you have to remove yourself, love that person from a distance, remove yourself from that job, from that place of hurt so that you are not being eaten up alive, then you need to do what you need to do.
Absolutely.
For you. But you need to put them folks in their box. If you need to throw that box into the ocean, throw it into the ocean and be done with it.
I like that. What I took from this episode is like how you said, just because you feel the way you feel about a situation doesn't necessarily mean that you haven't healed. Mm-hmm. So I really, really like that. You really blessed your girl when you said that. I don't know if you know. Yeah. So I don't know. There's really no rule book to healing, guys. It's really not.
It's not linear.
But you'll know. But just because you feel how you feel and you still think of the situation and how things were done the same way that you think, that don't mean you're not healed.
Right. It doesn't mean that you're not healed, and it doesn't mean it's going to stop your healing journey.
Yep.
So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Single Mama Minimal Drama with Kendra and
Charity,
your favorite realtor who does not gatekeep.
That part.
So we will see you on the next episode. Thank you for tuning in to another one.
Bye.